Welcome back to the Scottish Football Roundup, bringing you all the highlights from the latest weekend of action in the William Hill Championship, League 1 and League 2. Coming up, Dunfermline dominate the Fife derby in the Championship, there's an unlikely hero for Cove Rangers in League 1, and Stranraer stun the league leaders in League 2. Let's kick off in Capello, where Morton welcome Partick Thistle on Friday evening.
It's Morton coming forward though, Shaw cuts it back! There's the opener! Morton sting their visitors! The drums in the air and Morton are on top, and it's Cammy McPherson with the goal!
Well, we've seen it in abundance in the first 20 odd minutes so far, that one team attacks, it's up the other end so quickly. Eventually I think it's Shaw that the ball lands at, and he's good composure. Yeah, it is Shaw. Really good composure. He recognises where his teammate is, where the space is. In fact, I'm doing a disservice to Delaney. It's not Shaw at all. It's Zach Delaney.
Samuel on the turn, finds Paddy Redding, and behind he goes down. Penalty for Partick Thistle. And it's a red card for Ruben Lapata-White as well. Insult to injury for Morton.
Well, I've got to say, certainly in real time, I've got a lot of sympathy with Lapata-White. I'm not sure that, I've got to be honest, I'm not sure there's enough in that to be a penalty either.
Would maybe go down in the soft category, but he certainly did have a hand on the back of Paddy Redding. And Ben Stanway pulls Partick Thistle level. Murray Johnson got a hand to that, but just too much power on the penalty from the Partick Thistle midfielder. And we are all square in Greenock.
Goalkeeper, I tell you what, you can see how frustrated he is, but it's the power from Stanway that does it.
Fitzpatrick through to Samuel, takes it off the toes of Logan, breaks back for Samuel! There is the goal for Partick Thistle! And look at the celebrations in the away end! Their fans pouring down the steps to celebrate with Alex Samuel. He's become a fan favourite this season. And he has just propelled them closer to St Johnstone with what looks like a winner down at Capello.
Well, we're talking about the need for Partick Thistle to get 3 points away from home, up against 10 men as well, and Alex Samuel has just come up with a massive goal.
Oh, there's a mistake at the back from Ashcroft. He stumbles, Morton might be in here. Aaron Lyle is blocked on the line! That is unbelievable! Aaron Lyle looks set to score and snatch an unbelievable equaliser for Morton. And instead it is blocked on the line by Partick Thistle and by Ethan Ingram.
Looks to get the crossover, falls for Liam Smith almost. Instead it's Reece McAleer who'll take aim, and it's a driven, angled shot from McAleer, and we spoke about before kick-off that he was looking to make it 3 goals on the bounce, and that one arrowed its way into the bottom corner. Quite prepared to get forward as well. McPake up against Crompton, cuts in. Maybe looked closer than it was for us sitting up here in the gantry. He almost had that feeling that he wanted to stick his arm out, go in.
He wanted VAR to make the decision for him, I think.
He clipped to the back post and it's just off the wrong bit of his head. The ref unsure on that one would be my... Oh, Josh McCake's just turned his back on that one, gifted possession to Jamie Winsey. Chance here, and it was substitute Kieran Phillips. Oh, that was a bounce off the turf that caught us and Trevor Carson by surprise.
The Fife rivals came into this one aiming to strengthen their respective playoff bids. Dunfermline were well on top early on, this effort from Chris Kane requiring strong hands from Josh Ray. The Pars were keen to find the opening goal early on at East End and continued to put Rovers under pressure. This cross finding the head of Kane, whose header drifted narrowly beyond the post. It felt like only a matter of time before Dunfermline would strike the first blow. The home side mounting another attack in the 27th minute, with Callum Morrison picking up the ball inside the area and finishing low beyond Ray for 1-0. Morrison continued to be a key threat for the hosts in the first period. His left-footed cross causing panic in the Rovers' box, with Dunfermline having a few bites at the cherry but unable to double the advantage. Raith Rovers were under the cosh for large periods of the first half, but would go close to levelling the scores after the break. Dylan Easton with a crack from range, which whistled narrowly beyond the post. Dunfermline's search for a second would continue. Kyle Benedictus going incredibly close, with his headed effort cracking the Rovers' crossbar. Neil Lennon's side were aiming to put breathing room between themselves and their opponents, but would have to wait until late on for the cushion to come. A low cross being turned home by Kane in the 90th minute to make it 2-0 to the Pars. And with the points firmly in the bag, the Pars would have one last moment of derby magic in added time. Academy graduate Andrew Todd racing through and putting the gloss on an excellent home performance. 3-0, 3 points and a win which sees the Pars continue to build momentum in the promotion race. Winless since late January, Ayr United travelled to Glasgow aiming to get their playoff push back on track. The Honest Men starting well in the south side. Anton Dowds' header giving Scott Brown's side a 24th minute lead. From being bottom of the table just 6 weeks ago, Queen's Park are now in with an outside chance of reaching the playoffs themselves. The home side with a chance to equalise on 33 minutes. Captain Ewan Murray with an excellent finish. Ayr would look to re-establish their lead before the break. Positive play from Marco Roos creating chances in the Queen's Park box. The Spiders' defence standing firm to keep it at 1-1. The away team continued to look the likelier to score in the first period, though clear-cut chances were limited. Midfielder Ben Dempsey having a go from range here, with Callum Ferry making a comfortable save. The second half would see Ayr United bring Ethan Walker off the bench in hopes of providing an attacking spark. The substitute with a positive run, only for the eventual shot to be blocked by the Queen's Park defence. The Honest Men continued to have the better of the play in terms of chance creation in the second period. Kevin Holt picking out Dowds with a cross in this exchange, Ferry again making a save. The quest for a winner would continue for Ayr United until late in the day. One last opening appearing for midfielder Ben Summers, whose strike deflected just wide of the goal as it ended one apiece, with the points shared equally in Glasgow.
Lovely little flick there
from Ryan Dowd to Flynn, who gets it back to him. Excellent play. Airdrie with defending to do. Well, they've got Sean McGinty to thank for that block. Trying to thread it through there, but Jonas can't control it, and Arbroath have a chance on the edge of the box. The shot ricochets into the path of Dowd, but it's excellent goalkeeping from Harry Stone. Telfer goes for goal, it batters off the wall. Bug Jonas, his shot blocked. That's a handball. Morton was making that run, there was always going to be a free kick given. Switched well, and Arbroath have a chance here. Marshall shoots, good hold from Stone, well worked from Arbroath, and it comes from Constable. It's headed away as far as Hasty. Look for Stirling. Henderson, can he get a shot away? And Charlie MacArthur just puts it over the bar. McIntyre, Stone to McKinnon as we enter the 89th minute. Gallagher and McGinty and both win the ball. Harry Stone makes a big save, and it's put wide somehow. Goal kick to Airdrie. Don't quite understand how Arbroath haven't scored a winner here.
It's as you were at the top of the William Hill Championship table after wins for both St Johnstone and Partick Thistle. Dunfermline are building momentum in the push for the playoffs, while it remains tight at the bottom with Airdrie and Ross County both level on points. Into League One now, where the leaders welcomed Cove Rangers to Inverness. The Cali Jags remain in control of the League One title race, coming into this match unbeaten in the league since December. Joe Chalmers trying his luck early on for the hosts, with the strike always rising. While Cove Rangers remain embroiled in a battle to avoid relegation from the third tier, the away side's first real effort of note in Inverness coming from Cooper Masson, his volleyed strike well held by Ross Monroe. But it would take a moment of supreme quality to open the scoring at the Caledonian Stadium. 39 minutes on the clock when Cali midfielder Alfie Stewart unleashed an unstoppable strike into the top corner for 1-0. The home side would go close to doubling their lead in the second half when Jordan Alonge found space in the box, only to be closed out by Cove keeper Balint Demas. While Cove Rangers would create a chance for an equaliser at the other end, Joseph Teasdale finding a yard of space at the edge of the box, the shot curling narrowly wide. A long throw-in would present another big opening for Cali. Chanka Zimba's effort saved by Demas, with Cove clearing the danger to keep it at 1-0. And deep into added time, Cove would throw everyone forward for a corner kick. Goalkeeper Demas rising highest in the box to head home and snatch a point in the most dramatic fashion. The Blue Toon hoped to follow up a midweek win over Alloa with 3 points against promotion-chasing Stenhousemuir. The home side with chances in the early going, with Kieran Shanks curling this effort just wide of the goal. Stenhousemuir would have an opportunity to open the scoring late in the first half. The Warriors seeing an initial effort blocked by Josh Kerr before Ewan O'Reilly fired wide on the follow-up. Both sides remained on the hunt for the opening goal after the break. Dylan Forrest not far away with this effort for Peterhead. The home side were building momentum towards the tail end of the 90 minutes. This attack ending with a strike from Craig McGuffey, one which was well held by Darren Jameson. While Stenhousemuir would have a late crack at goal from an 89th minute free kick. Ross Taylor stepping up and curling a wicked strike beyond Jack Newman for 1-0. But there would be one last chance for Peterhead to snatch a point at the death. The ball swinging the way of Aaron Steele, with his strike beaten away by an incredible Jameson save as the Warriors returned to FK5 with all 3 points. Accies hope to make it back-to-back wins in League One when they welcomed Queens to Broadwood. Loose play from the away side presenting the ball to Ollie Shaw on 22 minutes, the striker opening the scoring with a sublime chipped effort. Queens responded well to going behind and were soon on the hunt for an equaliser. 29 minutes on the clock when a ball from Kai Kennedy found the head of Nicky Clark, who scored his first goal since returning to the Doonhamers. And the combination of Kennedy and Clark would continue to cause Accies problems in the first half. The winger finding his striker with another cross just moments later, the header this time just past the post. Both teams had chances to take the lead before the break. Accies' next opportunity coming to goalscorer Shaw, the striker being picked out with a cross but unable to keep the header down. Into the second half, and slack distribution from Accies keeper Josh Lane would see Queens flood forward in attack. The ball being drilled across goal, with Rhys Lyon tapping home in the 52nd minute. Queens were firmly in the ascendancy after the break and pushed to add to their lead. Another chance popping up in the Accies box, with Clark's effort deflecting wide for a corner kick. And in the 77th minute, a familiar duo would combine once again. Kennedy swinging the corner into the front post, with Clark heading beyond Lane to double his tally and make it 3-1 to Queens. The away side were playing with plenty of confidence at Broadwood and surged forward in search of a fourth goal. The ball breaking the way of Callum Penman, who couldn't keep his effort down. The home team continued to battle in this one, with a final chance coming right at the end of the game. Shaw going through on goal, with Ross Stewart making a big save to ensure it ended Hamilton 1, Queen of the South 3.
Chance here, Moore cuts inside, shoots. It's just wide, it's blocked as a corner. Kelty on the break. It's a good header from East Fife, a chance to bring it down, and it's knocked in. East Fife take the lead. The ball's knocked around in the box before it drops, and it's hit straight down the middle into the back of the net. And the visitors lead. It's Kelty Hearts 0, East Fife 1. He loses out though. East Fife with a chance to break away now.
The BBC Alloa cameras were at Links Park for Saturday evening's meeting between Montrose and Alloa, and they were treated to a goal fest. the away side taking the lead on 19 minutes through the on-loan Callum Burnside. The teenager with an excellent finish to open the scoring. And the Wasps would go on to add to their lead 8 minutes later. Burnside again, this time from outside the box, with his right-footed effort tucking into the bottom corner. The Wasps getting off to a flyer in Angus.
And the goal scorer for Alloa, number 29.
Having been under pressure early in the game, Montrose would pull a goal back on the 40-minute mark. Andrew Steeves cut back, finding Taylor Sutherland to half the deficit. Brilliant play from Steeves and a tidy finish from Sutherland. A free kick routine would bring about a nervy moment for the Alloa defence. Graham Webster surging forward to strike and being filled, with referee Connor Ashwood adjudging the challenge to have taken place outside the box. And from the following free kick, Montrose would create a huge chance to equalise. The ball being worked into the area and finding the head of Kieran Freeman, who made it 2-2 in first half stoppage time. Four goals shared equally in a thrilling first half. Having drawn themselves level before the break, the momentum would shift in favour of the home side in the second period. Into the 68th minute, when Blair Lyons would pop up in the Alloa box, finding the net and giving Montrose the lead. From 2-0 down, the Gable Endies coming back to hit the front. And with the momentum firmly in their favour, Montrose would surge forward again just a minute later. Callum Sandilands leading the charge, keeping his cool and squeezing home Montrose's fourth goal. Tenacious play from the on-loan Hearts midfielder. And Montrose weren't quite done yet. Into the 78th minute, when an attack would end up at the feet of Ewan Loudon, with the striker supplying a tidy finish for 5-2. Montrose leading by 3 in a game where they had trailed by 2. But the goals hadn't dried up quite yet at Links Park, with Alloa getting back amongst the scoring action just 2 minutes later. Luke Donnelly finding time and space in the box to score his side's third of the evening. A lifeline for the away team with just over 10 minutes to play.
And the goal scorer for Alloa Athletics, number 9, Luke Donnelly.
And just 4 minutes later, Alloa would be in again. Good pressing play from the away side, forcing a Montrose mistake, with Burnside taking full advantage, slotting the ball home and completing his hat-trick. An incredible game at Links Park. Montrose though hanging on to claim the points in a 9-goal thriller.
And the goal scorer for Alloa Athletic, number 29, Callum Burnside.
It was an excellent weekend for Stenhousemuir in William Hill League One. They moved level on points with league leaders Cally Thistle. Queens put breathing room between themselves and 5th place Peterhead, while Montrose's win over Alloa keeps the Mo in the hunt for the playoffs. Now we head to Stranraer, where the Blues welcome the League Two leaders.
Off goes Plank. Kerr Robertson chasing him. Tom Plank, he's got Dolan on the right. Goes left to Darren Lang. Can Lang get this back through? McManus, front end of the box, runs into trouble. Here's Darren Lang again. Here's a shot, and it's off the crossbar from Darren Lang.
Good change there.
Oh, he's that's a penalty. Yeah, that's a penalty.
It's Docherty, I think.
Docherty.
I mean, I don't know what he's thinking about. It's just poor defending, Lawrence.
And up steps Robertson. And Max Curry almost gets there. Now Matty Gillis steps over the halfway line. Baldy has a wee tug, but he gets away from him. Dolan along the deck. McManus. Here's Gillis. It's in the net.
Matty Gillis.
13 minutes in. Matty Gillis has his first goal for Stranraer. Up go the arms. Dolan with the free kick. Lifts it to the front of the box. It's headed into the box by a defender. Still there. Joe McGrath. That's not far away from young Joe. A lucky rebound there. McCluckie plays it in.
Unlucky.
It's here they come. Here's Young. Squares it to Baldy, and it's off the post.
That was very unfortunate.
So that was really unfortunate. So Dolan with the free kick. Lifts it forward. Craig gets up there. Lewis Reid. Yes, and Lewis Reid
with his first goal.
With his first goal. The big man celebrates. 60th minute. It's come at last for Lewis Reid.
The big destroyer.
Baldy cuts back and back and in and back and does well to get it away to Kyle in the end. Now here's John Robertson in the middle. That's a shot and it whizzes over the crossbar. Keeper gets it away though. Now
that coming to them went for the same ball.
Reid and Eckpont both went for that. The ball's in the middle. Falls to McCluckie. And that was a miss by McCluckie, Brian. That's a real chance there. 77 minutes, Bobby McCluckie drags the ball wide of the near post. Misses a real chance to bring East Kilbride level.
You could see it coming there.
Why not? And it goes. Flicked on by Howie for Logan Donachie. But Paddy Martin is equal to that and is down quick. Gives it down to the left-hand side where Cammy Russell is. Here is Russell for Spartans. Delivers in towards a 6-yard box where Mark Stowe is! Murdoch taking control now, driving forward for Clyde. Into the feet of Redfern. Clyde look dangerous and they've broken through to Kyle Connell and they open the scoring. Paddy Martin slept and Kyle Connell capitalises. Bradley White, Kensineer, Mark McNulty. Where will this end up? Goes down. Penalties for Spartans. A crucial chance. It's McNulty. Spartans draw level. Mark McNulty does in fact get his 10th goal of the season. It's one apiece here at the Vanlock Community Stadium. Forward to Cammy Russell. It's soft. That is soft. There was 2 hands on the back, to be fair, but it's soft. Cragen can't intercept. Robbie Leach forward to Clyde. Good counter-attack from Clyde. Kyle Connell! Big opportunity for Connell to get his second of the game. Cragen to deliver. Towards the back post. Oh, it's off the bar from Kieran Watson! Will more than likely do the same very shortly. Stephen Lawless warming up alongside Jake Davidson and Callum Booth. And this is a chance for Spartans. It's Cammy Russell. Feeds it towards Mark Stowe! The SPFL top goal scorer strikes again. And Spartans from behind make it 2-1 to the home side.
Forfar Athletic travelled to Fourth Bank hoping to bolster their playoff push. Midfielder Blair Alston with an early effort at goal, one which drifted wide of the post. But the midfielder would get another chance on the half-hour mark. Alston showing his class with an excellent touch and finish to give Forfar the lead. Forfar were firmly in control in the first half and looked likely to add to their advantage. Scott Shepherd having a goal from outside the box, with Derek Gaston's save seeing the Loons win a corner. The corner was taken short, with Forfar loading the box, but Stirling doing well to repel the initial danger. Though the ball only being half cleared, with Forfar sending it back into the Beano's box, with defender Matty Allen staying forward and providing a striker's finish for 2-0 in the 42nd minute. And things would go from bad to worse for Stirling just a minute later. Forfar on the march yet again, with hesitant defending from the home team presenting a chance to Aaron Linus, who cannoned home the away team's third goal. And the Loons could have had a fourth goal before the half-time break. Jake Sutherland with brilliant work to create an opening, with Gaston making a huge save to keep it at 3. Clear-cut chances were hard to come by for Stirling in this one. A rare foray forward for the home team, seeing Ryan Shanley try his luck from wide, with the effort drifting harmlessly past the post. Forfar continued to push in search of a fourth goal at Forth Bank. Striker Shepherd going closest, with Gaston on hand to make the save, as it finished 3-0 to the away side. The home team winning an early corner in this meeting at Galabank. It was player manager Willie Gibson on corner taking duties. He picked out Tommy Goss, who opened the scoring with a thumping header in the 4th minute. It was a quick start from Annan, with the home side not settling for 1-0. They would mount another attack shortly after, with Aidan Smith's cross finding Josiah Soa, whose effort was well saved by Mark Weir. Having come under a lot of early pressure, City would create a good chance to level the score shortly after. A cross finding Divine Iseri Enrien, with Charlie Albinson making the stop. And having made the save, Albinson would turn provider for Annan in spectacular fashion. His long kick bouncing into the path of Goss, who made it 2-0 in the 9th minute. The Galabankies were excellent throughout the first half and would cut the citizens open again in the 31st minute. Player manager Gibson finding the run of Goss, who completed a first half hat-trick. Goss's goal's the difference, as Annan took all 3 points. Elgin hoped to bounce back after successive defeats in League 2. Kyle Girvan's header going close to giving the Black and Whites the lead. And the home side's positive play would be rewarded towards the tail end of the first half. Ryan Sargent picking up the ball inside the Dumbarton box on 34 minutes and finding the net for 1-0. It would take until after the break for Dumbarton to respond. 51 minutes on the clock when a free kick presented a chance for Leighton McIntosh, who nodded home the equaliser. Elgin would soon regain control and push to retake the lead. This attack leading to a chance in the Suns' box, with keeper Aidan Rice making the save. Another big stop from Rice in this exchange, this time keeping out Josh Walker's free kick. There were chances aplenty in the second period. Scott Tomlinson's cross breaking to Adam Livingston, with the Dumbarton man firing over the top. It would be the home side pushing for a winning goal late in the day. One last chance coming for Elgin, with the strike well saved by Dumbarton keeper Rice, as it finished 1-1 at Borough Briggs. Things are tight at the top of the William Hill League 2 table after Spartans closed the gap between themselves and East Kilbride to 2 points. Stranraer, Forfar and Annan are all in with a shout of making the playoffs, while Dumbarton moved 6 points clear of 10th place Edinburgh City. That's all for this week. Join us again next time for the Scottish Football Roundup.